Welcome to the sound of Universal Broadcasting Network.
'Cause you make me feel like I've been locked out of heaven.
A mix of today's hits and hard-to-find favorites, combined with the most entertaining and intriguing talk anywhere. This is your sound. This is the sound of Universal Broadcasting Network at UBNradio.com.
Hey, everybody, it is Wednesday, November the 26th. I'm Emerson Collins.
And I'm Del Shores.
And you're listening to
The Del and Emerson Show. Straight talk.
Real gay!
Hey, everybody. Welcome to our show. And today's show is brought to you by ABC T-Shirt Company, custom tees, hoodies, athletic apparel, and so much more. ABC T-Shirt, I wanted to say ABC. A PC T-Shirt Company is in Allegan, Michigan, and it has the style you need to show off your company, your school, or unique design. A PC, that's really hard. A PC T-Shirt Company is proud to bring you the Del Shores apparel collection very soon. It'll be available at their website and their eBay store. The release date we will announce soon. I have been working with these guys. Josh is amazing there, and we've been selecting T-shirt colors and font, and I've been asking your opinion, Emerson. And I want to they're all listening right now, so I want to give a shout out to Seth, Sam, Kathy, Jessica, Victor, Jim, Rhett, ooh, that's a sexy name, Dan, and all the entire production crew. So we're going to have some fun T-shirts soon, and check out their website at apctshirtcompany.com, and that will be in the chat room thanks to John. How are you, Emerson Collins?
Yay! Oh my God. So, as you guys know, we are in the process of beginning to find sponsors for the Del and Emerson Show. We really want to be doing the radio show next year, and in order for that to be possible, we need some financial help. So, the opportunity to advertise on our show. Disclaimer, we won't mess up the reading of your...
No, we will. We will, and then we will say it a million times more.
Well,
PC. PC.
If you want it to be read correctly, I'll read it. And if you want to just take your chances, we'll let Del read it.
Well,
so,
thank
see,
you,
you
Emerson,
have choices on our show.
Fuck you.
But we're really excited, and we'll be able to share a lot more information about the new Del Shores T-shirt line that they are working on as it becomes available. And if you want to be a sponsor of our show, hit us up at delandemerson@gmail.com or on our Facebook page. You can message us there as well. Hi, Del Shores.
Hey, how are you, Emerson Collins?
I'm good. Last night was the season finale of The People's Couch, so we are done for this year.
And y'all tweeted live in my house again, and it was so confusing to me because I was cooking in the kitchen, and I kept hearing your voices thinking that I was about to respond, and I realized it was on TV.
It's for those of you who don't know, we live tweet the show for the East Coast, but that's difficult here on the West Coast. We had to find a provider that's somebody that has DirecTV that has that feed. So Del has lovingly allowed us to sit on his couches for an hour for the last 2 weeks, but it's hilarious because it's so boring for him because we're so engaged with the people that we're live tweeting with for an hour. We just don't say anything.
They say nothing. They
staring
just sit
at our
there,
phones.
and every now and then there's sort of a laugh, and then Emerson's voice is most familiar to me, so I hear him. I think, and I'm about to respond to it, and then I go, "Oh no, that was on television." But really good show last night.
Yeah, it was really fun.
It was fun and really well balanced.
This
I
was
thought the gays were featured very well.
Yes, we like that. It was episode number 29, and for those who have asked, you will know as soon as we know if if and when there is going to be a season 3. That is up to Bravo, so you should tweet them at Bravo TV or hit them up on their Facebook page and let them know that you want more, because I'll be honest, I want to keep doing it.
Yeah, y'all are good at it too, and I love your partners in crime, and they're not bad looking.
Right?
Yeah.
I know, but we can always rely.
You're not always the pretty one, Emerson.
I'm definitely not in the. Are you? It's funny if you look at Twitter, like. People love Blake because they have loved him since he was a tiny, tiny boy. And people love Scott because he's just so hot. And everything that people say about me is either a comment criticizing my bangs, which is fine. I can handle it. My self-esteem is fine. Or that I'm like kind of bitchy.
Yeah, well,
it's never about physical appearance.
Well, I love that. Do you think that Scott actually goes to a tailor and has his sleeves taken in just a little bit? I've never seen sleeves so tight on a human being.
We call those a size medium. Which is annoying because I actually am an extra small. I like if there was I shop in like Gap Kids and get a medium, but in a grown-ups I'm an extra small, and there's always some big homo trying to buy a t-shirt that's too tight for him buying an extra small. And I'm like, sir, you're a medium.
I have to say though about Scott. Scott amuses me so much. I love Scott. He's funny and his shows are great, but he's always so self-deprecating, and I think really means that he feels like he's ugly today.
Oh my gosh! I hope he's not listening. I know he's not because he's on an airplane right now. He's flying to New York.
I'm gonna make him listen to the podcast.
It makes me laugh because he talks about it all the time. He said it on the show, like hashtag former fat kid. Like but he showed us the photos. He was not that fat. Like he was like doughy, like 10-year-old.
Was I fatter?
Yes. No, I'm kidding. Y'all were the same. Y'all were about the same.
You said that way too soon. Wait, there was no beat at all.
Y'all were actually both the same kind. That's sort of like
fleshy.
Yes.
We were fleshy boys.
But that kind where until you hit puberty, like you don't really know what your body is, what's going to happen with it. Like at 10 years old, everybody looks.
But I was a
weird.
husky gene, so
and he probably was too. But I'm like, girl, it has been a long time since you were a fat kid. Like when he says things, it's like, I'm like, I'm gonna punch you in the taint. You do not get to feel fat.
It's not even the fat. It's like the other day on his Facebook, he was talking about how he only had 2 hours of sleep and there was just no eye cream that could take these bags out. And I remember I was trying to send you some eye cream to the set, and you said no, he's serious about this. I love him to death though. Scott, you're beautiful. You're beautiful
no
just the way you are.
No matter what they say.
Okay, well, it's Thanksgiving.
All right, it's Thanksgiving.
And we're thankful. And
we are,
yeah,
sort of.
Yeah, we have some a thankful list and an unthankful. Do we need to get to this Facebook question first?
Yes. So in continuing our, so you guys engage with us on our Facebook page because we like that, and it's a way to keep up with you during the week and what stories you're paying attention to that you want to hear us talk about. Our question of the day for Facebook, Rolling Stone put out a list of the top 5 states where it is the worst place to be LGBT. So head to our Facebook page and under that comment write what you think those 5 states are. We'll see if anybody gets all 5 of them right. I would imagine that a lot of you will be able to get 4 of them.
I got
like
4.
Dale did, and I'll be curious to see if you can get the 5th one. So that post is up. Put us up, and we'll come back to it at the end of the show.
I just found it interesting that Rolling Stone reported on this.
They do a lot of serious reporting. I think people forget that. All right, Thanksgiving.
Okay.
What are you doing tomorrow?
Well, tonight I actually am going to my friend McGee's. She's having hers early, so I'm going to get like stuff tonight, and then tomorrow.
Stop! You cannot say it like that.
It's a gay show.
You can't say you're going to go to your friend McGee's house and get stuff tonight.
Well, it's probably not that way. I'm not even going to dignify that. I'm not even dignifying that with a response, Emerson Collins. I'm appalled. I'm incensed. But then tomorrow, Newell and Rosemary, my ex-in-laws, their son Jeff always has a really big soiree Thanksgiving, and I'm bringing deviled eggs and mashed potatoes.
Nice.
And I can make some deviled eggs
You
because I put
cook for
bacon.
real.
I put bacon in them. So Emerson, I have to ask you what we're going to do a little list here. You challenged me to 10 things that I.
Wait, I want to talk about what I'm doing tomorrow first.
Oh, I thought that you were feeding the homeless. I'm sorry. Let's go right into what are you doing?
Okay, we are doing an orphan Thanksgiving with several of our friends, and I am cooking.
Okay, I'm so worried.
I am
about
too.
Every person. I have never. The only thing I've seen you cook is macaroni and cheese.
I'm
out
so
of
good
a
at
craft
that.
box. Is
I
that
know.
what you're bringing?
No, I'm not. Though I thought about it as like just an extra side just for me because it always makes me happy. You're ruining it. That's on my list, by the way. It literally is. We'll come back to that in a minute. But no, so I am cooking the sweet potato casserole and the green bean casserole because for one thing, they're not super hard, but it sounds like I got to cook.
Okay, did you go online to get the
No,
recipe?
we have family recipes.
So your
because
mom.
I actually got them from my dad. He made a cookbook of our family's like recipes from all my grandparents and from him and my mom. My dad cooks really well. So we have a cookbook of like 500 family recipes.
So do the green beans have meat in them?
No, it's just that good old like the one off the French's onion. Like
Oh,
I won't
so
be
you
able to.
have the
You
onion.
just put milk and soup. Yeah,
do you have
and the soup in it.
the crispy onions on
Yeah,
top?
on top.
Okay, that's good. They have them at Trader Joe's, by the way. I saw a big old stack.
I already got a head. I did my shopping last night.
You got head? Where? When was
A head.
it?
Oh, now who's worried about stuffing? By the way, what I'm doing tonight, because I already have the food shopped and I'm not going to cook until tomorrow, I'm just going to figure out how many stuffing jokes I can make tonight so I'm prepared tomorrow.
Well, when I was a kid in Zapata, Texas, we had this principal named Luis Guerra, and he would always say, "Today we stuff the turkey, tomorrow we stuff ourselves." Isn't that a good one, John?
Does it involve a dildo?
What's that?
When you stuff yourselves.
There were no dildos in Zapata, Texas. I never saw a dildo ever growing up, ever. That was only in the big cities like you grew up in Dallas and Houston and Singapore.
What about turkey baster?
I guess Mom had the turkey baster, but we stayed away from that stuff. I didn't get into fruits and vegetables or any of that stuff until much later in life.
Well, that's good.
All right. Okay.
Also, shall we do our lists?
Let's do our list.
Okay, so for your amusement, we challenged each other to each make a list of the 10 things that we are thankful and unthankful for, and we did not tell each other the list, so we will go through them right now out loud. Let's start by being thankful, since that's the point of the day.
Yeah, we are thankful. I mean, we had a really good year. We've had some wonderful success with our movie Southern Baptist Sissies. We're going to have another movie.
Are
that
these
we're
on your
filming.
list?
No, they're not on my list.
Well,
I mean. But I'm thankful for so much. I'm thankful.
You only
let's
get
go.
these
Let's-
10
let's-
things.
Okay, let's do the 10.
Okay, ready? What's your first one?
My daughters. I have to be sincere first. I am so lucky that even though I didn't deal with being gay for so long, that in that I have 2 amazing daughters, and I love them madly, and so I'm very grateful for them.
Yay, my number 10 is
You didn't say that very sincerely. Yay.
That's obligatory. It's totally appropriate and totally true, but I have no comment. My number 10 is celebrities coming out. Sports figures.
that was number 1 for me.
Well, you can wait till we get there.
So
No.
I'm going down. I'm in no particular order.
That's fine.
Okay,
You
all
know,
right.
that's fine.
Okay.
My is celebrities coming out. The sports figures: Robbie Rogers, Jason Collins, Michael Sam, and people across all sorts of industries. I'm incredibly grateful. I don't think anyone has a responsibility to come out. I don't believe that, but I have an incredible appreciation for the people that do. And the more they do it, in the more fields that they do it, the less of an issue it becomes, and the more examples LGBT youth have to look up to, saying, "Look, we can do absolutely anything that anyone else can."
I love that. That's beautiful.
Next.
I would like to be. I'm thankful for to Jesus Christ. Like everybody who gives an award gets an award. I'm thankful to Jesus Christ because He gave me people to write about and gave me a lot of damage so that I can have a career.
That's perfect. Jesus gave you a career. That's totally appropriate. My number 9 is this radio show. Of all the things that we do, I have to say the ability for an hour to be able to ramble at length, longer than a 140-character tweet or a post on Facebook, it's become my favorite part of the week, being able to chat with you guys out there and hear your responses on Facebook and be able to talk about what we like.
Well, I love it too. And it's in that theme, one on my list is those I work with, you, Louise Beard, Ann Walker, Tony Sweet, John, all my UBN family, and all the cast and actors. Since I couldn't have a list of 100, I made that one. I just love the people, most of them, that I work with.
Am I also on your unthankful list?
No, you're not.
All right.
But you better be real careful because I am already preparing for next year.
Perfect. My number 8 is pop music. All of it. When Katy Perry's Firework comes on the radio station, every single time I roll down the windows and sing it at the top of my lungs. It's been 17 years since that song came out, and I'm only watching the Super Bowl in January because I know that she will be ending her 9-minute set with that number. I love pop music.
And we really need to pray for that she and Taylor Swift resolve this rift that they have. It's so sad to me that they were friends and they're not anymore.
Well, just makes me a bigger Katy Perry fan. Next.
This is a little bit pathetic, but I'm very grateful for my dogs. They give me
It's not as bad as cats. I'm kidding. To all of you cat people out there, I'm kidding.
They give me so
Mostly.
much love and comfort and unconditional love, so I'm very thankful for them.
I think that's great. My number 7 is people who can disagree and debate intelligently. I think one of the biggest problems facing our nation, more than any single individual issue, is the fact that when we disagree about something, we are learning to just scream opinions at each other and then walk away, rather than sticking around to fight through the difficult part of having a conversation when we disagree, actually listening and then responding. Yours?
Friends and family. All of them. I have so many good friends. I just spent the other Sunday with Debbie Holiday and just watching her sing and then going beyond that and knowing what an amazing person she is. And I have so many of those in my life and so many family members that, in this state. And family, I don't mean family just by blood anymore because we have to redefine that sometimes. So very grateful for those.
My next one is People's Couch. Yours?
Yay. My libido. I am 56 years old. I will be 57 a week from today. and I'm still, going strong, mainly with randyblue.com, but it still works, and I'm so happy for that.
That leads right into my next one, which is jockstraps.
Oh!
It's the only part of sports ball that I like, is that one tiny little piece of their sports ball costumes. I'm sure you can all imagine why. Next.
Okay, I actually separated you and Louise Beard from all the people I work with. You got your own spot because I work with you every single day. Louise is in my life all the time, and my life has changed so much when I started working with people that are good people. So thank you, and intelligent.
I'm laughing because we're y'all. I gave us 20 minutes to talk about Thanksgiving, and we're already behind. And so I felt like it was sort of appropriate that I could use the number that he is thankful for, that's about me, to say we got to move this along.
Okay, go.
My next one is macaroni and cheese. It's my favorite food.
Good.
It's how I decide restaurants. The end.
All right. I say my employers, who are my fans, they give me a career. I get to go and perform all the time because of them. So all of you, thank you, and I am thankful for you.
My third one was friends and family, just like yours, and I qualified it saying because the people in my life love me. I love people that love me warts and all. I don't like people that love you in spite of the irritating qualities. You have to love those things about that person, because otherwise it's going to drive you crazy eventually. And the people in my very close inner circle do put up with a lot.
Or that love in the center thing.
That's another thing.
Okay, and then the equality movement. I love that we're a part of all of this, and that every week that we get to report on it, and it is moving so rapidly. And you'll say something about that in a second. And
then my number 2 is Shonda Rhimes.
Oh, I love that you have her on the
I
list.
do. I love nighttime soap operas. We know that I all love television. Scandal and How to Get Away with Murder are the only shows that I actually have to watch the night that they air. But really, underneath that, I like that she tackles incredible issues from race to feminism to sexuality and all of those things through the soap opera nature of all of her plots. And she's making really strong statements, really grounded in reality through all this drama, and I love it.
Okay, and I said mine are in no particular order.
Yeah.
Apple TV. I am so blessed by Apple TV right now because my friend McGee hooked it up, and I cannot stop watching Orange is the New Black. I'm just marathoning through everything, so I'm really grateful for that. That's a great gift for people, by the way, $110 total.
And my number 1 is the ability to do what I love. So many people I know, do things. They work in order to live their life around it. I feel so lucky that my work is what I love on all levels. So I'm grateful to all of the opportunities and all these strange and ridiculous things that we do.
So we had great list here, Emerson.
Yes.
I love
all right.
our list. Okay, so
moving on. Unthankful.
Okay.
Let's do these kind of quick, unless they need a long explanation.
Okay, traffic. I hate it.
Mine, Unabomber beards. Lumbersexual beards. I hate it.
Assholes in our industry. Hate them.
Yes. Guys who pee on the seat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean, you have to sit down eventually.
Fucking lift it up.
Can you not see from your penis to the toilet? I don't understand.
Exactly. My dog Sissy is a compulsive licker.
She
I
is.
hate it.
It's gross.
I hate it. So
she's a lesbian.
You think?
That's what it is. How have we not ever discussed this?
Then why is she licking on us all the time?
The other girls aren't having it.
Oh, if you have any tips for us, please, we got to get her to stop. Okay.
My next one is kale.
Which I love
hate it.
kale.
Kale smoothies, kale. Stop it.
Just homophobia in general. I'm so tired of all these fucking haters.
That leads to my I am unthankful for Ted Cruz.
Oh, good.
Of all of them, I think he's the worst right now.
And I am unthankful for all the gay, snarking assholes who sit behind
I'm
their
right here.
But I mean the ones that sit behind their computer, have nothing positive to say about anything. If Ty Herndon or Billy Gilman comes out, oh, there's a problem with the timing, or there's a problem, oh, it's about publicity. Well, you know what I have to say to you? Fuck you. Do something constructive and start being positive about something. Okay.
I am unthankful for actors who talk about acting. I hate it. Like they live their whole life. Like it is the only thing that exists. No, girl, you got to live a life in order to be a good actor. Move on.
I actually am proud that I'm going to be 57, but I hate some of the things that go with it. Like I just hate having to pluck out hair all the time, and that my joints are starting to hurt. Who thought this was going to happen anyway? So that.
Well, at least it comes with discounts. I am unthankful for people who don't use a turn signal. Y'all, it's like using the brake like it is a part of driving a car.
All right, now I'm gonna clump 4 together right in a row because they all go together, and I say that these I'm sort of thankful and unthankful for, because they actually give me things to write and talk about and to expose. Trolls on my Facebook page, Republicans, who especially those who cannot have a conversation and are not worthy of actually debating me. I don't always love being single. But then there's a part of me that does love being single. So that's sort of both. And then these so-called Christians that are just driving me crazy on my page. I had to block and ban about 30 people this week on my Facebook page. Okay,
Well,
and I'm done.
Well, then my final four, I am unthankful for the Kardashians. I am unthankful for them. I am unthankful for people who are gluten-free that don't have celiac disease. It's not a diet plan. Stop it. There are just as many calories in your gluten-free cookie as there are in my gluten-filled cookies. If you do not have a disease, shut up.
I'm allergic to gluten. No, I'm not.
All I know is that gluten tastes good. Number two, I am unthankful for sports ball. I don't get it. I never will. I mean, I'm glad that some of you enjoy it, but I am not thankful for it.
But it should be on both lists because it gives us a segment here.
No.
Okay.
I'd be fine to get rid of this segment in all of sports. And my number one thing that I am unthankful for is people who love the sinner and hate the sin. It is the theme of our Southern Baptist Sissies, but as you said, I am tired of this so-called Christian loving someone in spite of something. That is not how love works. The end. All right.
All right, let's talk about your column in the Dallas Voice, which I thought was brilliant. Going homo for the holidays. It was so wonderful. It gave such amazing advice, Emerson, and it wasn't snarky on any level. It was very sincere. What was the response that you got?
You know, it was interesting. It came out of this idea of what do you do when you're going, you know, people who want to see their family. Of course, some people cut their family off completely if their reactions are terribly negative, and I think choosing your own family is a great choice. But for people in the middle who either aren't out or they've come out and the family knows, but you don't really talk about it, the people in the middle, we often make compromises for the people we love, and I don't think that's wrong. I think each of us has to decide what makes us still feel worthy. And that was sort of my point in the piece, is that if you choose to make compromises, that's okay, as long as you're not sacrificing your self-worth or the self-worth of your boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, partner, wife along the way. But then the flip side of that being, if you do make a compromise, if you decide to go home, agree to stick to the terms that you agreed with your family. You know, if you went knowing you couldn't bring your boyfriend, you can't be angry the whole time. It's like, make the choice that's best for you and then be responsible with that choice.
Well, there are three things that came to mind very quickly that I loved what you wrote in this. I loved, first of all, Leslie Jordan pointed this out to me many, many years ago. He said, you have to give them time. It took us time to come out and deal with it. You also have to give them time. You can't expect them just to be instantly okay with everything.
Yeah.
So let them digest this and let them process it, because as we know, there are many families who weren't okay with it at first, and then they evolved and got okay with it. I love that you said if holiday compromises involve your significant others, ensure that you are considering their feelings as well. They love you unconditionally, and they should be treated with more respect than those who do not. That one to me was huge. And then I loved your advice, do not let anyone make you feel less than you are for their perfect meal. Really, really insightful. So smart for you, Emerson. I mean, so evolved. And
I mean, well, it's been my own long journey to get there. So, all right. Well, then we will get on to that. So that is, let's talk quickly about Black Friday, because I love this list that you have. First of all, I just want to get on a soapbox for a minute. Do not shop tomorrow before midnight. I'm fine with midnight shopping, with early door, but do not be one of those people that goes to a store tomorrow to buy something you don't actually need before midnight, because those employees at those stores should be able to be at home with their families, and the more money that you spend in that time to get your blender takes them away from their families. I hate that crap.
Okay, well, good. Hop right on that soapbox, get right back off. Okay.
So
I just looked at myself on the computer, and my hair looks awful. I apologize to everybody. It's just sticking out very weird. Okay, Emerson always fixes his. I don't take the time. So what else, Emerson?
you have your list.
My list. Oh, Black Friday list. Well, I'm going to skip. The American Family Association had this huge list. Go to my Facebook, because I'd like to. They decided that because of Christmas not being in the advertisements of a lot of like Starbucks and like Barnes and Nobles, that we should the haters should boycott. So I put it out on my Facebook that we should really support all of these people, because what they're doing is they're just saying, hey, everybody else is not included. And I love these these companies who are saying, let's include everybody. And someone wrote on my Facebook, but this is America. A majority should rule. What the fuck is that? I mean, majority should rule? No, it's up to the businesses to decide how to promote, and nobody should tell them anything differently. If you want to say Christmas, 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 fine. Say Christmas, Christmas, Christmas. But anyway, so go to my Facebook and or just go to the American Family Association's website, and they will tell you who not to shop with, and be sure to shop with those people.
And in the spirit of Black Friday, we are doing a huge Black Friday sale of all of our Southern Baptist Sissies and Sorted Live stuff. You can shop for at Southern Baptist Sissies at bigcartel.com, or shop Del Shore Store on eBay, or shopdelshores.com. Yes?
Shop Del Shores. And
Everything
you can
on
find
sale.
all of this on our Facebook pages. Everything's on sale.
Tomorrow through Monday night only, so you can check out all of that. And in that, our film Southern Baptist Sissies, we just found out today, has been in the top 5 on TLA.com since the day it came out. It is number 1 for our distributor at bgpix.com, and it is the number 2 film on Amazon in the LGBT film section. So,
And guess what beat us? The Birdcage.
which I feel like that's fair.
Yeah, because Robin Williams, we lost him, and so people are buying the Birdcage over Southern Baptist Sissies. But yes, we're number 2. We were so popular on Amazon, they sold out. They were not anticipating the response. So, hey, congratulations. You're the star of that movie, and you had so much to do with it getting made. So we really are grateful to Breaking Glass for the promotion, and they said it's a smash hit for them.
So head to Amazon and pick up your copy of Southern Baptist Sissies.
It's a great gift.
It's a great gift for Christmas. You know, I'm sure that you know
It's a
people
real
who might
good
need
gift
to
for coming
enjoy the message of this piece during the holidays when people are emotional.
You go, hey, Mom, Dad, I'm gay. Here, watch this movie.
Understand what I went
came
through.
from.
All right, so we're halfway through the show, and let's get on to the actually flashing through the gay news. We'll start quickly with our equality update. 2 big things happened just yesterday.
Yeah, huge.
Arkansas and Mississippi both had their state bans on same-sex marriage ruled unconstitutional. For anyone confused, Arkansas had a state court rule on this issue before, but this is now a federal court. Now, both states have stays put in place, which means that marriages cannot start taking place, and they will be appealed on to the circuit court level, so it's not officially marriages occurring. But I mean, come on, Arkansas, Mississippi,
Huge.
We are digging our way down.
And a lot of gnashing of teeth. What does that sound like, Emerson? Do you know? A lot of gnashing of teeth going on in Mississippi and Arkansas.
I do love just the American Family Association. Brian Brown's organization is based in Tupelo, Mississippi, and this makes me so happy.
Oh, I just want to go.
That horrible hate group.
Let's have just everybody come with their significant other and love and kiss on each other right in front of their office. That would be fun.
Yes.
And we will then sing "We Shall Carry On" or something.
We shall overcome.
Oh, is that? Oh, that's it.
Well, that leads right into our next story.
We shall something. What is our next story?
Skip to the in related. So we haven't talked about this subject on our show yet, but it is but because we focus on the gay news, but it's important to consider the fact that within the LGBT community is a large segment of our population are people of color, and so the events that have been happening in Ferguson the last 2 days are an important part of the national conversation and impact a lot of people in our community. And Dell found this story. We'll start off with this Catholic organization out of New Jersey, the Most Holy Family Monastery. They are condemned by both the Catholic Church and the Southern Poverty Law Center.
I just love that they're kind of standing alone, but they're too conservative for the Catholics. That's the way they.
And what was it they said?
Well, they had this meme that went around, and they basically are saying that Michael Sam being drafted by the Rams in St. Louis is the reason for the riots. So it makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. Suddenly, the gays are getting blamed for the riots that are happening. And let's point out that Michael Sam came out in August of 2013, and this Michael Brown's murder happened in. I said murder. I guess that's an opinion that I stated, but it happened in August of 2014. I'm not sure how Michael, I don't know. It's just so convoluted, and ultimately we just have to be amused. It's back to Pat Robertson blaming Katrina on Ellen.
Yeah.
You
Well, I always
know?
say, like, if we gosh, I wish that we could really do all the things they want to blame us for, because I'd love, like, a gay Captain Planet, like, who could cause hurricanes and stuff. You know, his outfit would be amazing.
Well, but I always say, if he really caused Katrina, why did the French Quarter, why was the gay area in New Orleans just completely untouched? I mean,
Yeah.
makes no sense.
Yep. So, and it's been the last 2 days have been interesting, I will say. For the first time ever, I actually blocked some people on my Facebook page. I can talk about anything. I will meet you wherever you are at, and let's have a conversation and let's have a debate. But the amount of racism that has sort of crawled out of the woodworks in places I genuinely wouldn't have expected it from. There are people that I certainly would think I can see that being possible. There were demonstrations in over 100 cities last night. You know, this is an issue much bigger than even specifically what happened between Michael Brown and Darren Wilson. The root of the systemic racism in our country and our unwillingness to address it on a substantial level is the real reason for the actions that we're seeing. And so when I look at my Facebook page and someone's first response is, they're not doing themselves any favors by rioting, my reaction is, you're racist.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because no one is saying that looting is good, and no one is saying that this sort of action, the extreme action, creates productive conversation. However, if you cannot look at the actions that are happening and go, that is the result of an extreme level of frustration that has existed in our country for decades and decades over an issue that has impacted the United States since before it was a country. If your first reaction is they, as if all of these people are one group, as if that's racist. You're just straight up
course.
racist. I don't even know how to talk to you. I don't
Started blocking and banning this
Yes,
week?
I just said I can't.
Welcome to my world.
Because look, the difference, what demonstrates our privilege, when white people get to focus on the specific actions of Darren Wilson, you're ignoring the real problem. Like, what happened between these two men? I mean, I have my personal opinion on the specific issue, but the greater issue, if you are unwilling or unable to recognize the systemic problem, like, that is your enormous white privilege speaking, and you're probably racist.
Absolutely.
So, and I think it's really important to be able to have these conversations. And part of the reason the riots happen is because our news media focuses on, if it bleeds, it leads. If there were not these images, we wouldn't be talking about it. That's the way we function as a society. We only pay attention to something when there is a big enough deal made. And so you can say what you want about the actions, but we're still talking about it because of what's happening. And if we don't talk about race except when there's an incident. And
it was such a, I avoided posting about it for the first 12 hours, and then I said, let's follow what the respect the family. They said, let's use this as a positive way to fix what is wrong. I mean, I'm paraphrasing, and I said, and in that, can we keep the comments on a positive level? People aren't capable of that. They're not. I had to take down the post because it got so nasty so quickly. The same thing that you were experiencing, a lot of racism.
Yeah, and we won't stick on this forever because it's a big debate that is going to need to be continued to be had as a national conversation. But I feel like it's important for the people of color within our community that it be something that we also talk about, and as one minority group that we facilitate another minority group's conversation. I did find something really positive. I didn't tell you about this. Ashley Ford is a writer for BuzzFeed, and as it was happening on Monday night, she tweeted out the Ferguson Municipal Public Library was open all day yesterday while the schools were closed. It is a library with one librarian, and she tweeted out the link to their PayPal, and I donated to the Ferguson Public Library. Yeah, it was a positive thing that I could do in that community, and as of today, they've raised over 5 figures worth of money, and the librarian has said she's hoping to be able, that through all of this, they'll be able to hire a second one that can focus primarily on children's programming. So I just enjoyed that was something specifically positive that I could do as a part of this.
Would you put that link up on
I
our
will.
because I would like to donate as well.
I will. So
thanks for that.
So flashing on.
Well, we've got the Michelle.
Oh, the Dugars.
The Dugars.
The baby factory.
I just
19 kids and counting.
I am just appalled. People have been begging us to do this story for so long, and we've resisted. But it's just they've just reared their ugly heads one more time. What's crazy about this is there was a big. I mean, explain please.
Well, it started. For those
Because
of you,
I always hop right in the middle, as you say.
yes.
Yeah, so
The
please.
Dugars are a
catch
conservative
us up.
family with 19 children that have a TLC reality show. That's their life. However, there was recently an ordinance being pitched in Arkansas to protect trans people. And Michelle Dugar, the mother of the family, put out a robocall across Arkansas that was so incredibly transphobic and intentionally misrepresenting what trans people are with the bathroom protection legislation. And Dell is going to do a dramatic reading as Michelle Dugar, so you can hear this robocall that went out.
Hello, this is Michelle Dugar. I'm calling to inform you of some shocking news that would affect the safety of Northwest Arkansas women and children. The Fayetteville City Council is voting on an ordinance this Tuesday night that will allow men, yes, I said men, to use women's and girls' restrooms, locker rooms, showers, sleeping areas, and other areas that are designated for females only. I don't believe the citizens of Fayetteville would want males with past child predator convictions that claim they are female to have a legal right to enter private areas that are reserved for women and girls.
I mean, it literally makes my head explode. There are so many things wrong in that. It's like if you were to do like an edit
Besides
of it.
her hair.
I know.
Can we start with there?
Bless her heart.
Just like they obviously have no gay friends at all because just they're the hair.
But she literally said out loud all of those myths that people use about trans people, as though trans women have some great that trans people are pedophiles and all of that, and it's insane. And so over the weekend, there was a Change.org petition started to get the show canceled, and then her fans started another petition to keep it on the air. But one of my favorite thing that happened is they started a hashtag called Defend the Dugars. And Joe My God is a great gay blogger who was sort of leading this charge to take over trolling their hashtag, and it became hysterical. And it's one of my favorite things is when we can poke back at the people who are bigots taking advantage of minority parts of our community. So Joe My God made me laugh, and he was right, and I contributed a tweet to it, and the crazies came out.
You know what was interesting to me about this, though, is that, at the time that we started this story, there were like 163,000 people who had signed the petition, 170 by the time showtime, but they have already, in like 24 hours, gone over 200,000 for their support. So they've got a lot of people on their side.
I'm gonna rearrange this order because I didn't think about these are on the same order. Sticking with the focus of our transgender community, I think it's important that we continue to highlight their issues as the most challenged minority part of our community as far as legal protections go. And in Twin Falls, Idaho, Jennifer Grable was a trans woman, and she died of a brain aneurysm, and her family presented her at her funeral in an open casket as a male. They cut her hair and put her in a suit.
And used her boy name.
And used only her.
Which I will not say.
The name
I know
she
it,
was
but
given at birth for her final.
Just so sad. It's so wrong that they dishonored what she wanted. So, but in that, we have some good news that there's a new trans hotline, a suicide hotline, much like the Trevor Project, that has just gone live in San Francisco. And you wrote these statistics out, Emerson. They're just frightening to me.
Yeah, it's a very exciting thing. It's called Trans Lifeline, and it is staffed by all trans volunteers. It just went live this month. Because trans people are 10 times as likely as cisgender people to attempt suicide, with 41% of trans people in the U.S. reporting an attempt to commit suicide. The national average is 4.6%. That's 10 times more. So this is a really important and needed function. And of course, LGBT youth can always call the Trevor Project, but this hotline is designed specifically for trans people and staffed by trans people. And I think it's an incredible contribution to that part of our community. And with the other story, it's really important for trans people to deal to have a will and final wishes in place in the event that they have family that would do something that's terrible.
And that's 1-877-565-8860. That's the hotline. If you can put that in the chat room, that would be great, John. So if anybody, and the holidays are such. They're a hard time for a lot of people. So if anybody out there is considering or thinking very dark thoughts, know that there are hotlines. Just go Google immediately Trevor Project and you will find some help.
And I thought about it back at the beginning. You know, I think it's incumbent upon all of us in the community during the holiday season to check on everyone we know. You know, that it is a time that's specifically harder for our community, and for those friends that you have, single people, if you're not sure what their plans are, ask. You know, a lot of people look fine. And so I would sort of think it's a great thing that we could all do to ask everyone we know. Don't assume that because somebody looks great, sounds great, that's what's actually going on. Check in with the people in your world. If everybody checked in with their first circle of people, everyone in our community would get checked on, and we could help make this season a little easier.
And random acts of kindness are so wonderful. I was literally signing in today at our studio, and this woman was standing there, and we just started chatting. And for no reason, she just said, "You know what? You are amazing." She didn't know me. And I just walked away feeling, wow, sometimes we need somebody just to say, "Hey, you're amazing," or "You're hot," or whatever.
Yeah,
you know?
that one helps me more. just for anyone.
John,
just
you're
curious.
hot. Okay, good.
All right, flashing back.
I did my duty today. We're going back to Dustin Lance Black and Tom Daly. Oh, I love this story so much.
Tell us about it.
Well, they have created an online auction, and you can donate. And the winners, it's sort of a raffle of sorts, and it benefits HRC and the brain tumor charity, because Tom's dad died of a brain tumor, and Dustin Lance Black's brother died of cancer, and of course they're both very passionate about HRC. So you get to win a double date with them in London, and they're going to fly you, and they're going to put you up in a 4-star hotel. I bought 500 chances this morning.
Yes.
And I don't have anybody to go with, but so maybe I'll just auction off.
Oh my gosh! If you win, we'll do a radio raffle.
A radio raffle for my date to go join them, because I just want to watch him practice diving. That's
well, I was
one
gonna
of the
say,
things.
I feel like that should just be the number one, is people getting to go watch Tom Daly and his little tiny Speedo at swim practice.
Yeah, and you know, I've met Dustin Lance Black. He's a wonderful guy, and he's done so much for our community since he won the Oscar, and I really appreciate him. So I'm excited about that.
I think it's great, and I love that they're using the fact that they know, you know, a lot of people love them, and the idea of having dinner with them would be really fun, and using that as a fundraiser. You know, I think it's fantastic. So.
And something that they're passionate about. Two charities that they're passionate. And we both lost a friend last year. Olivia Newton-John's sister Rona died of brain cancer, and so it touched my heart that they did this. So yeah, I got 500 shots. I got 500 shots, and I may, you know what?
Maybe one of those is
if
the
I get
one.
another residual, I may skip a massage, because I use my residuals for massage money. I just may skip a massage and buy some more chances to go have a date with them.
That's perfect.
Even though I'm single and pitiful.
Stop it. You are amazing.
You
You are hot.
you don't know how much that means to me today.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
All right, flashing on. Coming out country.
Oh, it was coming out day. I believe it was last Tuesday. My friend, and I love Ty Herndon. I remember Ty Herndon seeing Southern Baptist Sissies, I think 12 years ago, and telling me how much he wanted to come out and was unable to do it because he was immersed in a industry that would not allow him to make a living. And he did something very brave. He came out, and the day that he came out, Billy Gilman, who was influenced by him coming out, also came out. And I got a text message from Ty a couple of days ago, and he said he was so nervous about his first show after coming out, and it sold out. And at the show, a 19-year-old boy came up to him and introduced his family to him, and came out to his family by taking him to a Ty Herndon show. And a 61-year-old father of several girls and had a whole family. He said, as a result of Ty's bravery, he came out, which makes me go back to when I posted this. I have to go back to my list of things I'm not thankful for. I had so many in our community being cynical and rude about Ty Herndon coming out saying, "Oh, it's all for publicity, blah, blah, blah." I don't even give a shit what they said. But I said, let's celebrate and welcome those. You've said it before, Emerson. What is wrong with our community that we cannot allow people in who were in the closet? We were all there. So why are we so cynical? Why?
Yeah, I don't know. I will never understand the inability to welcome people. However long it took, once they finally arrive, Welcome them.
Welcome them. Thank you. And it was the first time, I have to say, on my Facebook that I actually blocked, banned, and deleted people from who were genuine fans of mine because they made me so angry because Ty happens to be a friend of mine. And, and I sent him a message today. I said, because he's from Mississippi. And look what happened. I said, I don't think it's a coincidence, Ty. I think, Mississippi, gay marriage because of you. So we're hoping to get both of those guys on our show. And I just want to welcome them.
And Billy, I found Billy's video to be fantastic. He's working against several things. Like the child star growing into being an adult man is already a challenge. And his honesty about how difficult, he sold 5 million albums with that one voice song. That is crazy. Country music, their fans show up for tours or whatever, but their album sales are never as high as, general top 40. Right. He has huge numbers, and talking about how not a single label would meet with him.
Because of the rumors, not even because of the truth. I mean, it is true, absolutely true, and he did come out. But just because of rumors, they would not meet with him. And he is so talented still.
Yes.
And I mean, I posted, he did a version of Till I Can Make It on My Own that would make Brother Boy happy. It was so wonderful, and when he was like 12, singing at the Grand Ole Opry.
Well, I loved it, and I think it will do wonders for his new stuff. And it is one of, we talk about how sports and country music are the most challenging places left in our culture for our people. So that's really important steps from both of these men.
Emerson, our next story, I know that you're thrilled about.
Oh my God, I'm so excited, and I can't even contain it.
You haven't been able to eat Chick-fil-A for a very long time, and you tell them what happened here in LA.
Okay, but people, there is a Chick-fil-A franchise here in Hollywood that last week did a fundraiser to support LGBT youth. They benefited Campus Pride, one of the leading national LGBT nonprofits committed to making college campuses safe for LGBT youth. The percentage of sales on November 22nd donated to Campus Pride were matched by a $10,000 grant. So,
wow.
There is a franchise of Chick-fil-A in Hollywood. It's literally like 2 minutes from your house where I can go and eat guilt-free waffle fries.
And here's what we're going to do next week. We're calling Mr. Leslie Jordan because Leslie Jordan has actually admitted having to put on sunglasses and a hat just so he could have a chicken biscuit or something that he loves so much at Chick-fil-A. But he says, when you're famous like me, you can't go to Chick-fil-A. You just can't. So he was getting his Chick-fil-A,
Ooh, look at you telling the tea.
Well, I think he would admit it. And we're going to have to call him and tell him that he can now go proudly to one Chick-fil-A in this country and have his biscuit.
So, yes, and you can hate tweet me all you want, but y'all, I'm going to go get some waffle fries at this one Chick-fil-A and not feel bad about it. So,
well, they did something. I mean, that was brave of them.
Yes.
I mean, to go against the corporation.
Shows you that each franchise handles their interactions differently. So maybe there'll be a little homo cashier that I can be like, here you go, have a tip.
All right, quick follow-up. The gay bull that we reported on.
Benji.
Benji. They're castrating him. I'm so sad for him.
It's a silver lining.
So now he's just a eunuch.
Yeah, well, I mean, many of them are. They said they can't take any chances that he might have some bisexual tendencies. Well, they didn't say it like that, but that's basically what it means, that he might have some bisexual tendencies because if they make more animals at this shelter, it keeps them from being able to bring in animals from other places that need rescue. So I guess it's like, well, Benji, you can live without your balls or not at all. So.
Well, and let's say, I mean, if all the rest of them were castrated, they're not going to enjoy his advances, right?
Right. Well,
I mean, he will be getting off.
And this is equal treatment. He's not being treated worse than the straight bulls. So.
Okay. All right.
And next.
Oh, we have Andrew Caldwell, who
I love women's.
You do it the whole thing.
That's all I got.
You got. He's been selling a remix of this on iTunes.
I'm not gay no more.
I'm not, and so he really is. I mean, he says he's not. When you have to say you're not, he is a fame whore. And so now the Church of God is threatening a lawsuit if he doesn't stop selling it because they own the audio of his "I'm not gay no more." So it's they're just fighting. They're just fighting.
Yes.
So it's all gonna just turn. He's gonna return so fast to gay because we're all about the remixes.
Yes, I know. I mean, that was smart.
So what's gay in sports ball?
Really
Emerson?
fast. Michael Sam. We've all been on the journey with him from the Rams to the Cowboys to being released from the Cowboys, and he told GQ's latest issue that he had to be honest and say if he'd had it his way, he never would have come out the way he did. He liked the way he did it in college, where he told his friends and his family and his teammates that he thinks that it would have been an easier journey. And my heart goes out to him, because to be the first person and be in such a strong spotlight and have the thing that you love first, which is football, before he was an advocate, before he was a standard bearer for gays in sports, he's a football player, and that's his passion and what he loves. And I'm sure there's been a lot of soul searching surrounding what has happened as a result of that.
And so stressful. I mean, he's being blamed for the riots now. I mean, it's
that is not the same.
But
by some nut jobs Catholic on YouTube.
I realize that, but you have to know that everything that is said about him and it has to create stress, which I would think would affect your job.
Yep.
So I hope that one day he says, I don't regret it.
And I hope that they provide him opportunities to use his skill. He'd be a great commentator. I mean, Bravo should start a sports commentating show and let him run it.
He's very handsome.
Yes,
and very
he is,
articulate.
and articulate.
Yeah,
so maybe he can turn that passion into something else, or coaching. And also we all need to stay with him on this journey, because being a fan means staying a fan.
Absolutely. Okay, tell us what are people saying on Facebook?
Our 5 states. We got to wrap up the show. For those of you, I'm sure that you would have guessed Louisiana, Texas, Alabama, and Mississippi. Although I think this list is old, and this Mississippi decision might have changed it a little bit.
Yeah, this was before yesterday's.
But the 5th one was Michigan, which I found surprising that it wasn't Southern.
But in the article, they said that Michigan was a toss-up between Tennessee and I think one of the Carolinas or something. So, but you know what? The great thing is we're marching forward. Who would have ever thought that we would read that Mississippi? I mean, the reason that they were number one is only 34% of the people in Mississippi are for gay marriage. But in that, just when they voted against gay marriage, 96% voted to have that constitutional amendment. So progress is being made even in the state of Mississippi. All right, we're going to have to wrap up here. Next week is my birthday show.
Woohoo!
Yeah, so y'all send me underwear and gift certificates to Burke Williams. And we have 2 of my favorite actors in the whole world. We have Luke Strata McClure, and Matthew Scott Montgomery, 2 of the stars of Southern Baptist Sissies. We're going to celebrate even more our big news that we are stirring it up with DVD sales. And I'll have 3 of my sissies here. So Emerson Collins, have a great Thanksgiving. John, have a great Thanksgiving. Thank you all for listening to our show. We love you all.
Yeah, but you don't. Yes. I'm laughing because I was like, I felt like you're just going to take us all the way out to the thing, and I'm not going to say anything.
No,
I'm
and now I toss the ball. How's that? I toss the ball over to Emerson Collins.
Del Shores, I am so thankful for you. We're incredibly thankful for all of you who listen to the show. And however you spend your Thanksgiving tomorrow, make sure that you are surrounded by people you are thankful for, and that you remember to tell them that you feel that way as well. And we will see you guys next week.
And one of the people we're thankful for is Mr. Leslie Jordan. Another sponsor of our show is his show coming up at the Renberg, and we would like to leave you with the voice of one of our favorite actors. And if you're in LA, join us on December 4th. I'm going. Join me there to see Leslie Jordan's Fruit Fly.
Get stuffed tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay, listen, this is Leslie Jordan. Y'all come see me. I've got a one-man show called Fruit Fly that's running at the Renberg Theater in December the 4th through the 21st. It's directed by David Galligan, and it answers the age-old question, do gay men really become their mothers? No, okay.
Ah, the holidays. A time for giving, a time for getting, and a time for going and going
and going and going and going and going.
When you need a break, we're here, helping you make sense of all the good and the going of the holidays. Happy holidays from all of us at ubnradio.com.